హలో హలో హలో.
testing. Hello, Shekhar. Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Harshni from second year CSC Data Science. It gives me immense pleasure to take the privilege of hosting day 2 of the Professional Development Program on Advanced Mathematical Foundations for Intelligent Computational System Design and Analysis. This program has been thoughtfully designed to strengthen our understanding of the mathematical principles that form the backbone of modern intelligent and computational systems. This program aims to connect strong mathematical foundations with real-world computational applications. Before we proceed, I would like to take a moment to highlight our institution. Vardhaman College of Engineering is one of the premier engineering colleges in Hyderabad. Established in 1999 by the Vardhaman Educational Society, the college is committed to providing quality education and addressing the diverse needs of society. Today's event stands as a perfect example of interdepartmental collaboration organized jointly by the Department of Mathematics and the Department of Computer Science and Engineering Data Science. The Department of CSC Data Science is known for preparing students for careers in analytics, innovation, and computational problem solving. Established in 2023, the department actively promotes industry exposure through MOUs with leading MNCs. Under the able leadership of Dr. Shanti Makama, the department continues to grow as a center of excellence. She commands 27 years of teaching experience, with 22 of those years at the Vardhaman College of Engineering. The Department of Mathematics at VCE is a cornerstone of engineering education, comprising a dedicated team of 13 highly qualified faculty members, mainly of whom possess over 15 years of rich experience and teaching and research experience, continuously strengthening students' analytical and problem-solving abilities under the leadership of Dr. Vanga Kavita ma'am. She has 21 years of experience and has led the department since its start. I extend a warm welcome and respectful welcome to our esteemed dignitaries, our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri T. Damodar Reddy Garu, Dr. Shanti Makka ma'am, Professor and Head CSE Data Science, respected faculty members, and my dear fellow students. Now I would like to invite Dr. Shanti Makka ma'am onto the dais. Now it is my honor to invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri T. Damodar Reddy sir, onto the dais. And I request conveyor of the program and head of the department, Dr. Shanti Makka ma'am, to present a token of gratitude as a mark of respect and appreciation.
Shall I ask the sir to wait here?
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Shanti Makka ma'am to kindly address the gathering and speak about the professional development program.
Good afternoon, guys. But still, you need some people to stand. Always the faculties are standing to keep you in a disciplined mode. I think this is not accepted. Do you remember during that AA summit what sir said? Something relevant to the ethics. Still okay? Let me start. As Richard Hamming said, the purpose of computation is insight, not numbers. This professional development program reflects that vision, strengthening mathematical foundations to design intelligent computational systems that deliver the true insights and impact. With this, I, Dr. Shanti Makka, Head of the Department, Computer Science and Engineering Data Science, and convener of this PDP, here to begin this program. It is my privilege to welcome you all to the PDP on Advanced Mathematical Foundations for Intelligent Computational System Design and Analysis, which is jointly being organized by the Department of Mathematics and CSD. Till before starting, like one day before start of this program, we were having around 180 or 190 participants. But by seeing the sessions, the way we have organized and yesterday's session also, still few more requests we got. And based on that, you don't believe today we have reached more than 300 participants. And many of the participants have joined online also. You know that, okay? And the remarkable registration, what I said, like more than 300 participants, which includes the faculties, students, even we too have the PhD scholars, which highlights the significance and impact of this collaborative initiative. On the second day of our program, we are honored to have with us Mr. T. Damodar Reddy, Vice President and Group Engineering Manager at RCM Hyderabad, who is going to deliver a session on Beyond Algorithms, and he's going to explain you that the role of how AI is going to create an impact in the investment industry. That means how industry expertise, like his industry expertise will help us to connect mathematical foundations with real-world applications in the financial sector. I thank management of Vardhaman College of Engineering and the principal sir for their continuous unwavering support in organizing this kind of events. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Kavita ma'am, head of the department, Mathematics Department, and Dr. Srinivas Reddy sir, Dr. Nagapriyanka ma'am, and Dr. Padma ma'am. And these are all coordinators of the PDP and the entire teams, the whole departments of mathematics and CSD collaboratively, who worked dedicatedly and who dedicatedly supported as well as who gave their contribution to make this event a grand success. I encourage all the participants to actively engage and make the most of this valuable learning experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your insightful address. Now we move to the most awaited session of the day. It is my proud privilege to introduce today's distinguished speaker, Sri T. Damodar Reddy sir, Vice President and Group Engineering Manager at Archesium. Sir holds an M.Tech from IIT Delhi and an MSc in Mathematics from the University of Hyderabad. With rich industry experience across organizations such as Archesium, Inside View, and Citrix, his expertise spans software architecture, engineering management, cloud computing, and large-scale system design. His unique blend of mathematics and industry practice makes today's session truly valuable. I now invite Sri T. Damodar Reddy sir to deliver his expert talk.
Thank you for the nice introduction. I have never listened such a nice introduction. And thank you Vardhaman Engineering College and Department of Mathematics and CSD for giving me this opportunity. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, you are still active. Good. I thought post-lunch some people will feel sleepy. Okay. PPT. Resound వస్తుందా? Sound సరిగ్గా రావట్లేదు. It's okay. Is it fine now? Okay. Fine. I think I have to stand and deliver. It looks like that's fine. I'll try to stick here. Okay. Before we start or go into the details, I think the most trending topic is AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, this is better. Okay, so how many of you know what is AI? Okay, that's fine. And I'm not going to give a lecture on mathematics or statistics modelings or anything, so don't worry. I'll try to keep it as interactive as possible. So I expect some responses from any one of you or all of you. That is also fine. If you know the answer, stand up, or even you don't need to stand up. You can just say what is the answer or whatever you know about that. So let me start from AI. What is artificial intelligence? Okay, fine. What is human intelligence? At least that you should answer. Okay, what do we do as a human when we do look at certain things? Sorry? Someone said something. We try to process, right? We try to absorb the things, what is happening around us. Like now, as soon as I entered, I try to look at how many students are there, right? Whether they are active or not. So that's what my mind tried to absorb, calculate, and see what type of speech I have to deliver. Right, so these things will influence a human brain. Right, that's what the intellectual thing, what you're trying to do as a human. Of course, it varies from person to person, maybe based on the absorbing capabilities and all. But as a human, we try to observe the things surrounding us, or whatever the things that are happening in front of our eyes. Brain tries to compose everything and see what it means to me at least, or whoever is thinking or looking at those situations, right? So that's a human intelligence. So what about the artificial intelligence then? It's same as humans. It tries to process. The only thing is it's directly not having the observation capabilities like us, which we see through our eyes or process through our brains, right? So what a machine can do, or a machine can become an intelligent brain through what? What do you think it can make a machine intelligent? Data. It's all about data. Because your human brain tries to process data. What I'm seeing here is like around 150 students. So what my brain is reading 150 as a data point, right? If I ask you a question, which stream you belongs to, or which year or the semester you are into, whatever the answer you are going to give me, my brain is telling me that there are 20 students from so-and-so department, there are 30 students from so-and-so departments, right? So this is all the data that my brain is processing. Same way any mission needs a data to process and make an intelligent decisions. So whatever the human brains does, the same way the systems can operate, so they can process the data, they can take the decisions by looking at the data sets, and they can deliver the goal or the decision, whatever it is intended for or it is designed for. So that's what all about the artificial intelligence. I'm not going into more details, but it's a very basic AI definition. So it can, a machine which processes high volume data sets and make decisions on its own, and it also has a capability of learning on its own by looking at the new data sets. That's at a very high level, that's what artificial intelligence is all about. Okay? Are we clear so far? What is AI? Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk about basically my company, RCZM. We are a post-trading platform design, and we do operate at a very large scale. So we have a connections with investment industry. That's the reason I have chosen this topic, just to showcase how an investment industry is utilizing the artificial intelligence systems like a generative AI or agentic AI, which we are going to talk more in detail, and how it is delivering or more profits or minimizing the losses in its entire life cycle of the investment trading. Okay? Before I go into the industry topic of investment industry, if at all you guys have to develop an AI for your college or for yourself, think about your college only. What do you think? Roughly around how many students, ma'am? 1,500, not here, the total college strength, 1,500 plus, and around 300, 400 faculty members. Yeah, so it's like a good amount of humans where we can develop a small AI use case. What do you guys think? Anyone? Okay, that's fine. Let me take a shot at it. Like, you guys like semester-wise curriculum, right? So that means each semester, each department would be publishing maybe some courses what they offer. And in that, maybe some are mandatory or a core courses for the same department students, and for there may be optional or elective courses from the outside department or within the department, whatever it is, right? So, and they might be doing it manual, right? What do you think if we can automate all that process and release a schedule for the entire semester? What data points you think you need to develop an AI system? I'm trying to explain AI, what is generative AI, what is agentic AI through this example before I go into the more details of investment industry. So what data point? Think about what data, roughly you can tell, you don't need to be correct when you are saying your answer. You don't need to feel shy or afraid of saying whether whatever I'm saying is right or wrong. What data sets you think you need to release or publish a semester schedule? Feeling sleepy? I know post-lunch. That's fine, okay. So let me give some data sets so that at least you guys can pick up from there onwards. So maybe you need a schedule from each department, what courses they are offering, and the content of each course, right? What they are going to cover in that course, right? And then total number of students details and the professor details from that department, who is going to cover which topic or which elective, right, or the subjective, right? And then maybe a holiday calendar, because the schedule, semester schedule is depending on the holidays also, government holidays or the college holidays or whatever it is, right? And then maybe because all professors would be having some leave plans, so they would also need to publish the leave plans, etc. So these are some of the data sets which you can leverage to develop an AI system, right? What next? What do you expect out of that AI system? As a student, as a professor, as an admin guy? So there are 3-4 human entities here, right? Student is a one type of human entity or a persona. We call it a persona. Professors, lecturers are the different type of persona. Administration department may be the third type of persona. So each persona has different characteristics, or they need to know different content from the AI system. As a student, what do you expect from that AI system? Anyone? I'm trying to keep it more interactive so that you guys don't feel bored. Otherwise, I'll directly jump into the PPT and it may become bored. As a student, or otherwise I'll ask someone randomly. Is that fine? I don't need roll number. I'll just say the random. I don't know how many rows are also there. So I'll just call out middle row, 6th row, middle. What is the 6th row in this? You guys only, no? 6th row, you guys only belong to. Any one of you, yeah. As a student, what do you expect from the AI system? If AI, assume AI is developed and published to you for usage, what do you expect? No worries.
It can analyze the data of attendance.
Okay, good one. Anyone else? Anything? So that means, okay, 1 minute. What is your good name?
Jatin, sir.
Jitin. Okay, so to know or to analyze the attendance, what information you have to pass it to the AI system?
Attendance of a student.
Attendance of the attendance sheet you have to upload to the AI system. Good. Anyone else? Or I'll choose random. You can sit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, the last row. Last benches. I know they are more active. Last bench. From my right, 6th person. Who is 6th person from my right? No, they can't hide, no? So this session is all for you guys only, so you have to be proactive and interactive. I'm trying to keep it as interactive as possible so that you'll gain as much as possible. I'm not going into a technical terms or anything. Yeah, what do you expect from AI system? What information you seek? Your good name?
Balaji Nayak.
Balaji Nair. Okay, good. What information you expect or you ask the AI system?
Market prediction.
No, I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about especially your college. We have developed an AI system for your college, and it's open for students. So what information you need from that AI system? So attendance analysis, this guy mentioned. Jitin, so what do you expect, Balaji?
Student criteria.
Student?
Criteria.
Okay. What is that criteria?
Achievements.
Student achievements. Okay, good. Okay, so you have to feed all your previous alumni's achievements to the system so that it can give you what achievements as a college, as a student, you guys have achieved, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
that's
sir.
another data set you have to feed into the system, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's all about very basic AI where, so what you're asking, give me all the achievements of my college, right? So that is called, I think to Jitin's also, he might be asking, right, like what is my attendance analysis, right? So these two things are called prompts. So that's the prompt you are giving to the AI system. Based on your prompt, it is delivering the response or the answer to you back as a content. Okay, so as soon as you ask what were my college achievements, it goes back and looks at the data because it's already trained for such data sets. It will give you all the achievements year by year with the student name. Whatever the information you feed into the system, it will gives you back or throws you back the same system. In a formal, proper, standard format, whatever you ask for it. If you ask for it a tabular format, it will give you a tabular format. If you ask for a Word doc, it will give you a Word doc. So whatever the format you ask for it, it will deliver the content accordingly. So whatever you guys have asked, right, those are called prompts. You can sit down, sorry. So these are called prompts in an AI world. So the more clarity and good way of prompting will deliver the more optimized and the accurate results back on the screen. So the AI is all about how good prompts you are giving and whether the received response is according to your prompts or not. If not, you can again prompt again saying, this is what I'm not expecting. I'm expecting something more or something less or something different. Then it will take back that prompt again, it will learn its own, and then delivers the new content, which is a modified content from the previously delivered content. Okay? So the more granular prompts you give to the AI system, the more refined answers you will be getting from the AI systems. Okay? One last thing. So how many of you have used Google for searching anything? All right. So when Google is there, why do you think ChatGPT or OpenAI as an AI tool is required? What is the fundamental difference between these two? Anyone? When Google is there, Google is already doing the job what we need or require. What is the need or necessity of getting another tool like OpenAPI or ChatGPT, which is a AI-driven tool? Anyone? We are running out of time. Okay, so I'll just reiterate what she meant. Your good name, please? Nisha. Okay, so Google delivers the results out of already preloaded content or the data that is scraped through the web, whereas ChatGPT or any AI tool analyzes the data or the query, whatever you have asked, and delivers the content. That's 90% accurate. Well done. The other major difference between Google and ChatGPT. How many of you used ChatGPT? All? Okay. Google will give you thousands of results in a paged manner. Have you ever seen ChatGPT delivering those many results? Because it has confidence on the result what it is delivering. So whatever the answer it is going to deliver, that's the accurate answer that is giving. So there are no questions or doubts. So the fundamental difference, as she said, that's a one fundamental difference. The second is any AI tool will give you one and accurate answer. If you're not satisfied with that answer, you have to prompt again with the proper or refined prompts, phrases, and get the answer what you need. Whereas on Google results, you yourself have to analyze the content and take a judgment or a decision whether that's the right content for you or not. Okay? So that's the two major differences between the Google and the ChatGPT. Okay? Okay, so one last thing before I move into the actual topic. I think we covered AI. We covered what is the fundamental differences between Google and the ChatGPT. And anyone aware of Gen AI or a generative AI? Anyone? Whoever used ChatGPT, they must be knowing what is Gen AI or a generative AI. Okay, so generative AI, it's nothing but AI system or a subcomponent of the AI system, but it generates a new content in the form of a doc or an image or a voice, whatever it is, right? So like a human, it produces output in a new content format, okay? And anyone knows about agents, agentic AI? Okay. I talked about 3 personas with respect to your college AI project, right? Which is a student persona, professor's lectures persona, and the administrative persona, right? So a normal AI system, if you give a prompt, you have to tell the context, like, okay, I'm a student. What is my, maybe the attendance analysis, or maybe my college achievements, right? As a professor, when you're asking something, you have to inject the context through the prompt, like what is my, as a professor, what is my schedule today, say suppose. Or which classes I have to teach today, or what content I'm going to deliver, right? Or generate a question paper for you guys. So these are, as a professor, they might be having a different altogether actions when it comes to the OpenAI or the AI systems. As an administrator, they have a different thing. So serving one system, all these 3 may become a tough job or a complex. So what we can do, we can convert them into a different agents. Like one agent is like a student agent. One agent may be a professor or a teacher's agent. Another may be an administrative block agent. So when you're prompting certain things based on your credentials, the agent itself will discover itself, okay, I have to send this prompt to so-and-so agent. So there will be a mother of all these agents which will decide based on the, it will automatically discover. I don't know how many of third-year students here who already covered operating systems, designs and all, but you might have heard about the service discovery architecture where agents can discover themselves and act on themselves for the prompt of what you are asking for. So there is no fundamental difference between AI, generative AI, agentic AI, all are the same. But each has its own purpose when it comes to deliver the goals, okay? So yeah, I wanted to cover AI, generative AI, agentic AI before I jump into the actual topic, okay? Okay, so beyond algorithms, why did I call beyond algorithms instead of beyond human? Because a decade ago itself, or even long before, investment industry already moved from a human or human-based trading to algorithmic driven trading systems already, a decade ago itself. The only thing is the systems may need a manual interventions in between, but otherwise the systems can automatically deliver the trades and all, anything, whatever the investments. Okay, so that's the reason I said beyond algorithms. Now investment industry is adopting or actually adopted the AI already, okay? How many of you know what is investment industry, what type of investments? Anyone aware? I know you are all students. But at least from your parents or cousins, you might have heard about the investment options. Share market, which is a trading industry. Sorry? Gold? Cryptocurrency, another industry. Mutual funds. Land is not an investment industry, by the way. Land is a real estate, okay? So mutual funds is another industry. Right? So these are all the investment industries, or and the trading only, there are all subdivided. Crypto is a part of trading itself. But yeah, these days, crypto has become more powerful than normal industry also. So that's the reason I title it as a beyond algorithms rather than a beyond humans. From human interactions to a quantitative models, which driven through the mathematical and statistical models, which are already getting used earlier itself. And then now we are moving to agentic systems, which are AI driven or AI powered agentic systems, which leverages the same quantitative models by reducing or with no manual interventions. Okay, so that's the heading of the topic. I will just quickly go through what investment life cycle looks like. Okay, and then we will discuss about each these topics by comparing the human touch, the more quantitative or algorithmic driven touch, and then the AI agentic touch. Okay, so each slide is connected, interconnected they are connected. So if you have any questions or if you have anything, do ask me so that you are getting it clarified immediately before we move to the next slide. Okay, so the first part is idea generation. Like, what is idea generation? Like in the investment industry or the trading industry, you should be at least knowing, like, okay, today I have how to purchase Infosys stock or a Wipro stock. So how do you come to that ideation? That is all about the idea generation. You will be monitoring or looking at the market trends. Okay, market news will give you how the market trends or the anything is going on. And then the signals, like news and signals. What do you mean by news and signals here? Generally, any public company, they will publish a quarterly profits, losses, what they are, how did they perform in the last quarter. So those are all will become your news and signals. The market trends, like, okay, AI is one of the new market trend, you can say. Any AI company is in boom right now in the trading industry also, right? So example is OpenAI, right? So that's a market trend. So example, I've just quoted AI, but there could be like a commodities also, like a gold. These days, gold is running like anything. It's actually doing a marathon. So that's another market trend, right? So those are the market trends. And then news and signals will give you the sentiment. And the economic indicators, as I said, the profit and loss, what each public company produces at the end of the each quarter. Okay, so these three put together will become a idea generation or will give you an idea, okay, I have to go and invest in so and so stocks today. But once we get, say, suppose 10 ideas, how are we going to decide which in which one I'm going to invest, whether I'm going to invest in 1, 2, or all 10? That's the research and analysis. Okay, where it looks at the fundamental analysis. Why am I talking about all these steps? Because each and every step, there is a mathematical statistical model involved as soon as an agentic system or a algorithmic driven systems are developed, right? So fundamental analysis and the technical indicators. So technical indicators are nothing. Fundamental analysis, as I said, the balance sheets, what they publish, because those are the public companies, they have to publish their balance sheets, accounts, and everything, and what that industry belongs to, how that industry is doing currently in the market. So all those becomes your fundamental research analysis. The technical indicators, like the price over a period of time, how this stock performed, and how it is going to perform in the future. Maybe based on the similar companies, we may do the research on the technical indicators. And the risk evaluation. What is the risk evaluation? How much volume should I buy so that my loss is minimal? Even if that stock is going down, how do I minimize my loss? Because everyone in the investment industry, they invest because they want profits at the end. No one wants the losses. But it's not always true in the investment industry. Losses are also one of the part of the game. So the only thing what you can do maximum is how can you minimize your loss or how can you minimize your risk. That all put together will come under the research analysis. So the output of the idea generation may become an input to your research and analysis. And research analysis will give you, okay, out of these 10 stocks, based on my indicators, my sentiment score, and all these things, you can go ahead and purchase only these 2 or 3 stocks. That's what it delivers. And then the investment decision comes, whether to buy, hold, or sell. Because buy, sell, why I'm saying? Because in the industry, it's not always true like you buy and sell. There are different types of tradings you can do, like options. You can do swaptions. These are all technical terms. I don't want to go into the details. So based based on the output of the research and analysis, you make a decision whether you want to buy or you want to hold the stocks which you are already holding, or you make a decision to sell it out and take a profit. And sometimes you may do a position sizing also. Position sizing, when I say, you may reduce from 100 to 10, or you may go from 100 to 200 to minimize the losses. So those kind of things, the investment decision will impact. And the risk return trade-off. So that is again, if I make my investment today, what is my risk going to be in next 10 days or 15 days, or when do I sell it? So those kind of things will come into your investment decisions. Once that is done, once you decide you have to buy, hold, or sell, and then the trade execution will happen, you will go to the site. I think you know already, I think brokers will be there, broker sites like Sharekhan and all. So as a human, you will go and you place the order, right? And you will also see how much liquidity. When I say liquidity, like you purchase 100 quantity, 1000 quantity, all those things you will do. And each transaction in the trading industry, or when you do trade in the market, there is a cost associated with the transaction. So even the transaction cost impact also you have to see when you calculate your returns on the investment. That's the trade execution part. Coming to the monitoring and review. So once you have traded, you have bought the stock or stocks. Now you have to continuously monitor, because there is always a risk associated with your investment based on the market trends, news, and the sentiment signals, anything, right? So you have to continuously monitor, and based on the monitoring, analysis, and the review, you have to take a decision again. It goes back to the investment decision, whether you have to sell it off or you have to hold it off. Accordingly, you will take a call and you will exit from your profit or losses based on the investment. Okay, this is a very high level investment life cycle. This is how any industry, any investment industry, like the mutual funds or the hedge funds. Hedge fund is another type of investment industry where my company is working into. So these are the different type of investment strategies they use, and the investment life cycle. Any strategy you choose, the investment life cycle is more or less same. Maybe algorithms might be changing or models might be changing, but the cycle more or less remains the same. Okay, so now I am comparing the human, why algorithmic or model-driven trading had come into the picture, and now why all the trading companies or the investment companies moved into AI systems, right? As a human, our brain is limited, right? When I say limited, you don't say like anything I can inject into my brain, that I agree. But when it comes to the processing, your brain can process a very much limited data set. Like, okay, so when it comes to the news and news reading or intuition experience, how many newspapers you think you can read in a day? Maximum 10, 15, 20. But maximum you can read in your language, native language, Telugu, Hindi, English, but not beyond that, right? And you even may not know what Tamil news or Kannada news if you don't know the languages, right? So that's the barrage what our brain has, right? So our brain has a limited capacity, and it also has a limitations to process some data sets. So your brain is limited as a manual or a human-driven trading. But when it comes to the model-driven, somebody already established the models, and they know each model what rules it has to define. So they will define those rules, and they will feed all the newspapers, news articles, everything into the system. And then system will take care of generating the ideas, right? We'll come to the AI systems in the next slide, because I didn't cover much here, because we are going to deep into each of these steps as AI systems. And when it comes to research analysis, we will be doing the manual things. We will be using the Excels, or we will be using some other things, or we will be using the manual formulas. And if we do a small mistake, your research is gone. Because each individual, your surroundings are also depending on, right? How your mood is like on the day, right, when you're doing that. So all those things will impact a manual Excel sheet work or the ratio analysis. Whereas system, it uses the statistical and factorial models to drive or determine whether out of these 10 ideas, how many have to choose into the investment. So that's where the research and analysis is a very key here, because the heavy models will lie in this layer, which industry experts Nobody is reinventing the LLMs. So this is where the LLMs will come into the picture, large language models. And even in the news and reading, I'll talk about more in the next session, next slides. So your more mathematical statistical models are going to come into the research and analysis step. And the decision is like, okay, if I buy so-and-so stock at X price, what is my profit after 10 days or 15 days or 20 days? That's the threshold you may have. So based on the threshold, it will automatically execute the decision of trade, buy or sell. The execution, though it's automated algorithms we are saying, but someone has to pass on the information from decision to execution so that you don't go to manually the broker site like a ShareCon or anything and executing the broker, but system will invoke the direct trading platform and it will deliver the trade, buy or sell for you. And even the exit and reallocation also same. It's again based on the rules, again driven by the models, statistical models. And then it takes a decision when to exit my trade or the quantity or how much quantity I have to sell out based on the rules, and that are predefined rules. The fundamental difference between model-driven and AI is any rule if you have to modify or you have to add, it's a manual intervention. There is no adaptive or auto-learning into the model-driven things. So there is a manual intervention always at each and every step. If you have to change your models, it's a manual intervention. If you have to change your threshold, it's a manual intervention. If you have to improve your score, the sentiment score, again, it's because outside of this system, someone is doing the research and they are coming up with a new models, new thresholds or anything, and they are injecting into that system. And then system then performing automatically. So it is not self-learning anything, it's not adopting the new things. That's a missing piece which is addressed by the AI systems. Okay. So yeah, so if you so all these steps I'm trying to, or all these investment life cycles, I'm trying to see at each step how AI is going to impact your investment decisions. Okay. So the AI powered idea generation, right? So as a human or as a model, it can process very limited data sets. Like as I said, as a human brain, I can read only 10 newspapers in a given day or 15 news articles, but AI-powered systems using the natural language processes, NLP, they can process hell lot of news. Like across the globe, how many newspapers are there? It can read, it can digest, it can make decisions, and it can deliver ideas of what stocks you have to buy. So the processing is unlimited when compared to the human. Unlimited computational power. There is no emotion involved. As a human, in this room, I think we are around 150 plus students, and including me, maybe 151, right? Each individual, when we are looking at a news article, our brain will react differently. The emotions are different, right? So when you make a decision as a trader, as a human, your emotion will also add a weighted factor, whether to buy or not. But for systems or the machines, there is no emotion. It's purely driven through the data, which are powered by the statistical models and the mathematical models. So the sentiment based on the news, trends, the other good part of the AI systems is it can also surf through the social media content, and it can also relate with the news and the market trends that are going, and it can change its decision based on that also. So the data sources can vary. It's just that how you are injecting into the AI system, how it is processing, and then how it is making decisions based on the sentiment score, the weighted sentiment score we call it, because there are different factors involved, the news, the market trends, the social trend, right? So all these, so because each have its own credibility. Some news channels have a good credibility, some news channels have bad credibility. Some social media influencers have a good credibility, some are not, right? So all these things will come into the picture. That's the reason it's a weighted based calculations average, and then comes to a sentiment score, computes a sentiment score. If that sentiment score is greater than some threshold, then it will give you ideas into the next system, which is advanced research and analysis. Again, it uses the time series analysis because it knows as a human you can process last 1 year price data or 2 years price data, but systems can go like the entire life history of that market, sorry, that security, sorry. When I say security, it's Infosys or Wipro. So Wipro is there like 25 years since, right? So advanced research analysis, the agentic system can go through the entire life series, the time series of its prices and the variations, and it can see whether I can purchase this stock or not. So again, the time series analysis is again driven through the statistical models here, okay? Again, it's a weighted average because it is going through the entire lifetime data. Some models, they don't look at lifetime. It depends on which model that system or they have given that model to the system. But that also varies from form to form. Like each investment industry may choose different model. It's not true that each industry will take the same model, because then everybody is trying to chase the profit, right? So that's not true. And then once, so the third step is a smart investment decision. So this is again takes a probability-based calculations, like, okay, based on, it knows now. So these two systems is providing the input to smart investment decision system. It knows what is the market trends, what is the sentiment score, what is my the lifetime history of the price and all. Based on that, it takes a call, okay, I can purchase only 100 quantity with so-and-so price, right? That's called a strike price. So those decisions will be made at that step, okay? And then automated trade execution. So now the output of that will go as input to the automated trade execution. The good part with this is it will directly interact with the trading platforms directly, because the big investment industries, they have their own trading platforms at each market center, like Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange. So these systems have a capability of interacting with each other and with no delays, because if as a human, if I have to go and place an order, there may be a 10 seconds or a 15 seconds gap, right? But with the agentic systems or the automated systems, that gap is reduced to milliseconds, maybe even milliseconds, 3 to 4 milliseconds, not beyond that. So that fast and quick, they are sharing the data between each of these systems, okay? Now the adaptive monitoring, again, it collates the data from all these, the advanced research analysis, smart investment decisions, and then it monitors your stock automatically. Otherwise, as a human, every day morning you have to go and monitor if I think some people will do intraday trading where they continuously sit in front of the system and they see how the price is changing and when to sell my stock. That's a thing they do. But as a system, a system, it will continuously monitors, because it has direct access to the market prices information. So it continuously pulls the data and then injects into the engine, and then it evaluates whether I have to hold my stock or I have to sell my stock. So that's how it makes a decision, the monitoring and review process. And finally, the exit and reporting is a final step where this system is telling, okay, you have to go and sell this stock. So that's what it does as a dynamic exit and reporting. So except the last step, if you see, all of these are a lot of mathematical and statistical models that are being used in the industry at each of these steps, okay? So now, I'm trying to quote some basic models. These are not limited. So these are very basic models which industry is trying to leverage at each step. So far we discussed how the AI system is developed in the investment industry. And now we are going to talk about what models each step it is going to use, okay? So the idea generation, as I said, it uses the screening models based off of the statistical models and factorial models and the sentiment score. Sentiment score is again a weighted average, as I said, right? The research analysis, I think again it's a regression models, which again driven out of the statistics. The time series models, maybe you will be, I think, elliptic curves and all yesterday. No, okay. So it will use the differential equations and the curves here, so to determine the market price at which I can strike the stock. Right, and the valuation models. Valuation models is like nothing but if I purchase this stock of this company, how this company is going to perform in future and how much evaluation it is going to be gained, like if it is going from 1 billion to 2 billion or 3 billion, or how faster it can grow in the investment industry, right? And in the investment decision, again, it's a straightforward weighted average, again it will take. In the trade execution, it uses because trade is, as I said, we need to optimize the transaction cost also. You have to optimize your loss also. So it uses the optimization models and execution cost models before it takes any call or before it hits any trading request. And then the review and monitoring, the fifth step, sorry for that, I think it's again repeated as a trade execution. It's a review and monitoring step, which uses the volatility models because it's reviewing and monitoring how volatile my market today or tomorrow is going to be, because the system has the entire data, like the similar industry did perform so-and-so during the so-and-so period because of the so-and-so news or the sentiment. So all that information is available readily with the system, so they will take a call based on all that data because it's trained itself also. Not only we feeded the data into this system, through the internet, it can also pull the latest news, latest trends, and it can train itself. So no manual intervention is in each and every step. If you see here, you don't need any manual intervention. Through the adaptive learning, through the latest data by pulling from the external systems or configured data sources, it will train itself. You don't need to train again. It will train itself. It will change the data. It will change the decisions dynamically based on the data that it is processing. So it's a continuous system that evolves every minute, every second, based on the new data or the new context that is getting injected or that is read by these systems. Existence shortaging against stop loss models, they call it, because you purchased a stock like, say, suppose $100, and say, suppose example is the Satyam case, right? Satyam suddenly it went to 0. Nobody wants to lose the $100, right? So they may say, okay, if my loss is going beyond $60 or the $50, you sell my trade. I don't want to take any further loss. So that's the stop loss models where the system can inject and it can do, okay? The reporting is just I have added because any Bombay Stock Exchange or generally the US-based systems, internal revenue systems, they have certain reportings and compliances which they have to follow. Those are called nothing but ethics. Because you are using automated systems, you cannot cheat the systems, the stock exchanges. So there are implanted a lot of compliance rules. All your AI-driven systems has to follow those rules. Any breaches are heavily fined if they identify. Okay. So so this is, I'm running a little fast. Okay. So now coming into the agentic system. So if you see here, there are around 7-8 steps here, right? Each step you can treat as a different agent. So what is the purpose of agent? Each agent will have its own goal, its own data sources to analyze, to learn, to adopt, and then deliver the required goal or the output. So each agent you can treat like each step as a different agent. Of course, each agent or each step will have a multiple sub-agents. In the example of research agent, you can come up with a 2 to 3 models. Like one agent is responsible to collect the data, news data or the social media data, and then create the context or the data out of it, right? And there may be other one which is just generating the sentiment score based on the news which is read by the previous agent system. So all these agent systems, if you look at the diagram, they interact with each other. They share the data between each of these agent systems to make their decisions accurately and to execute the decisions as a deliberate output of that agent. So research agent is a one type of agent. These are just samples I've added. It's not like these are the only agents they use each investment industry. Whatever I've prepared is a very much generic, nothing specific to any investment industry or the firm, which we are going to see which investment industries are using the AI-based or driven models. A trader agent is like executes a trade, adjusts the plans, like because between this and this, if you see any small lag and or anything, it will adjust the plan. Okay, instead of buying 100 quantity, it may buy the 50 quantity. So there are different agents, and each agent has its own purpose, goal to deliver out of its system. And all these are discovered through the agent discovery system, and they share the data. They know how to interact with each of these systems. So the AI systems, they have come up with a concept called MCP, Model Context Protocol. which defines how each agent or each AI system should interact between themselves, because they want to share the data, they need a common protocol. They can't build and develop each and individual choice. So they have came up with a common protocol which they called MCP, Model Context Protocol, and all these agents will adhere to those protocols and defines their agent systems input and outputs accordingly. Okay. So these are the some of investment fund companies which are using AI-driven or agentic AI developed systems for day trading. D. Shaw Group is, the RCSM is actually spun out of D. Shaw, which is a big hedge fund company in the US. Man Group, even BlackRock, so Citadel. So all these are the Zerodha. I think everybody knows about the Zerodha. So these are the some of the trading or the investment fund companies or the bigger firms which are using or leveraging or powered by the AI systems or the agentic AI systems. Okay. Before I, any key takeaways? Sorry, I moved that slide very quickly. Anyone? Any key takeaways? At least you should be knowing what is AI, what is agentic AI. If not, with respect to investment industry. Anyone? Okay. So I think before somewhere also, so if you see here different agent systems, they collaborate, they share the information, and they continuously improve themselves in the investment process. Okay. So AI is transforming the investment industry largely. It's impacting because from human to a traditional quantitative models to the agentic systems, that's the transformation the investment industry adopted very quickly in gaining the maximum profits or in minimizing the losses. And the other, as I said, the machines have unlimited capacity to process the unlimited data sets, and it can leverage NLPs, it can leverage neural networks to process the data, and it executes the trades and optimizes the investments. Okay. And these are more faster because as a human always there will be some delays, but these are the faster systems. These are emotionless. As a human, we have some emotions attached when we make certain decisions, but these systems are purely data-driven. So these are emotionless and data-driven decisions, which increases the efficiency in the trading and maximizes your profits. Okay, and the last one is, as I said, each stock exchange will have its own compliance and rules. So AI adoption requires a balancing innovation with adhering to the regulatory compliance rules and adaptability of the ethics into the system. Otherwise, it's going to be a big problem as a firm when you don't follow those rules. Okay, so those are the 3-4 key takeaways out of this session. Thank you all. Any questions? I think they are more happy for the thank you slide than all other slides. Am I right? Finally done. Any questions? Anyone guess how much time I would have taken to prepare this PPT? Random guesses? Sorry? 5 minutes. Each slide of this PPT is an image generated out of ChatGPT. Nothing written by me. Okay? It just took 1.5 hours to prepare all these images. So I just want to show the power of artificial intelligence. That's why I leverage ChatGPT. So each slide is an image that is produced out of ChatGPT. I haven't prepared anything out of my hands. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for an engaging and insightful session. Your explanation of how mathematical foundations influence real-world intelligent systems, system architecture, and computational efficiency has given us a broader and practical perspective, and how AI impacts the investment of life cycle mathematical and statistical models in the investment life cycle. Now I would like to invite Dr. Shanti Makka ma'am to kindly felicitate our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri T. Damodar Reddy sir. So please kindly get onto the dais.
I would like to invite all the faculties who are here. Please kindly grace. Please join. All the faculties who are here, please come forward.
I'm honored to express my sincere gratitude to everyone who contributed to the success of this program. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the management for their constant support and encouragement. I express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed principal, Dr. J.V.R. Ravindra sir, for his guidance and motivation. I thank our distinguished speaker, Sir T. Damodar Reddy sir, for sharing his valuable knowledge and time with us. I also thank the faculties of Computer Science Engineering, Data Science, and the Department of Mathematics, with special thanks to Dr. Shanti Makka ma'am and Dr. Vanga Kavita ma'am for their leadership and support. Finally, I thank the audience for active participation. Once again, thank you all and have a wonderful day. Please kindly join to the group photo.